Hey Aquarius, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot, a major issue for April. We are going to do reading with just the majors, and then we'll clarify with a whole deck, and then we'll get into some oracle business. So we're going to be reading for life, relationships, career, finance, etc. And I just say career, finance, but I mean the whole stability enchilada of what is going on in that sector of your life. So, what can Aquarius expect? What does Aquarius have going on? Oh, High Priestess popping. Just pulling it out. 1, 2. Give me one more. Give me one. Oh, yeah. Okay, Aquarius. Transformation. This has been popping for so many people. Then you have in relationships the Sun. Then you have Judgment call in your finance job sector. So general, we have the Hierophant. Then we have the Emperor on top of the Sun in relationships. Then we have the Star on top of Judgment. So I forget which one got this, but it's literally the same setup that we're reading this cold. There's changes you're making. You're just trying to figure out exactly what's the right way to go about it. The Hierophant is, you know, if you're going to make these commitments, you're going to make these changes, you want to do them right. You don't want to have to redo anything. It's not like, you know, if you're making this big of an effort, you want it to stick, right? So then, relationships, you have the Sun. It's opportunity. But then you have the Emperor crossing it. So if you have these opportunities and these, you know, things are coming to light and things are growing and, you know, you have all this warmth and everything going, is something being too controlling? Are you trying to control how this manifests, or is someone trying to control how these things come into your life, etc.? So there's a give and take that has to happen here, because universe is like, here's everything. And then this is kind of like, ooh, like, I don't know. Also, I feel drawn to say, like, do you feel like you deserve it? Because the Emperor can have an ego factor to it for me, and especially in a challenge position. Maybe you're questioning, like, you know, not your worthiness, but you're like, am I ready for, like, is this something that, you know, I deem something I want to come into my, you know, sphere, my bubble. So we have in general, you know, the finance, etc. We have the call, which is Judgment, right? And then you have the Star. I don't take this as bad, because this is, you know, the Star is the challenge, is like I said, do I deserve this? Is this the right thing? Like, this seems too good. Like, here's the Judgment, where you're kind of maybe bogged down in that practicality thinking of like, well, is this seems too good. This is too big. Maybe there's an element of like, this is too big, too much. No, I gotta play small. So, you know, watch your thinking in terms of like playing too small. You know, you're getting called up to big leagues, you know, but you're still like, I'm fine with this t-ball stuff. Like the major leagues is showing up and you're like, I'm good with this little league thing I got going on. So it's up to you, but the Star is there. So Aquarius, get out of your own way. So we're going to clarify with a whole deck here. Pull a bunch for that. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're going to just pull a couple. 10 of Cups. Death. So you got, you know, Death twice. King of Wands. We'll talk about that in a second. You got 4 of Swords. 7 of Swords. And Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, we'll talk. We'll talk. People see 7 of Swords and lose their minds. You have the Devil. 2 of Wands. And King of Cups. All right. I want to talk about this. Then we'll clarify this a little further. So you have the Ten of Cups. Everything's like fine and dandy, right? So if you take that Hierophant energy and apply it to family, life, etc., things are looking good. But so why change it? Well, there's something that needs to kind of evolve. And how are you going to do it? You're going to do it with the King of Wands. I like to say King of Wands kind of has like this bossy boots energy to him. So maybe, like I said, maybe you're that emperor. Remember that controlling, like, it has to be this way. This is how it has to come out. This is how it has to be. We'll clarify this a little bit more. But Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. This is someone kind of like getting away with what they can get away with. I don't necessarily see it as cheating, especially when we're talking generally. But, with these opportunities coming in and these things happening, the Four of Swords can be like, the I need a minute card. So people are like, it's depression, it's this. No, it's being able to ask for help. It's being able to say, like, I need a nap. This is being able to say, I need to take a second here. Maybe you need to step back and kind of see who is kind of the pushers in your life, that are kind of the ones that are the nudgers, that are the, the ones that, kind of think for them about themselves before they think about Aquarius. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which means this stuff is going to kind of play out. So you're going to get your hand forced, even if you kind of don't want it, because the universe is like, tink, 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 hello, I'm right here. I'm always here. So if we're looking at the career stuff, remember how I said, you're like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine with Little League. I'll just be over here doing T-ball. When you have like, it's like you're asking to be in the World Series, but you're over there with like your little helmet, trying to steal third base or whatever. So I meant like batting helmet, you know what I mean? So what are you kind of sticking yourself to? Because you have these options, you have these decisions, and the King of Cups means you need to kind of bring that balanced, you have mastery in stuff. Otherwise, people wouldn't be asking you to level up. You know what you're doing. Otherwise, why are you a king? You know what I mean? Even if you're an air sign and that's water, but still, there's like this element of like, I know what I'm doing, so why don't you do it? So, like I said, get out of your own way. I want to go right to this relationship thing. So what is Aquarius getting here? Tower, Three of Pentacles, and Judgment. Three of Pentacles can sometimes be an apology, because you see these people like bipping, and this guy's just trying to do his work, and he's like, yo, could you guys like, shh, so sometimes it can be a collaborative energy, but with it being next to the Tower, I don't really get the collaborative stuff. I get more of like the, do you mind? And then the Judgment is like, nope, you're kind of making the call, because you've kind of seen who is for or against, or is the one who's like putting the, the pebble in the road to run over, to kind of trip you up. I do want, so what is this Judgment that Aquarius is coming across? What is that? Yeah, you're taking action. You're not, you might, I don't want to say come across a little more forceful than maybe you need to, but you are kind of, going the way that you need to go. And you're not letting stuff hold on to you. Yeah, the Lovers. You're making the decision, you get kind of the divine balancey stuff. So overall, I think you're okay there. I think you have to watch that control factor, or who's trying to push your buttons. So going over here into the career finances, what is it? Ace of Cups. Yeah, this dude has the cup to give, and you're like, I will give this cup. So what is Aquarius bringing to the table once they get out of Little League? Ace of Swords. Yeah, do I need to explain that? Yeah, you've got like this clarity, you've got the whole skill set that you need to move into this. So I would not think too much. So if we're looking in general, what is this kind of evolution that Aquarius is trying to do? You're walking away from stuff and going. Literally, you're like, boom. Bah. You're kind of just leaving it, and just moving into new. And some people might be like, wait, why aren't you taking me with you? It's like, I'm sorry, this is a 2-seater. You know, I can't fit all your baggage. So let's see. What's this? What is Aquarius moving into? 9 of Wands. Yeah, there is that kind of, like I said, that pullback energy. But this guy has kind of seen the writing on the wall, and he's not going to let anyone kind of pull one over. So what is the advice? Oh, my throat's closing up. Excuse me, why? Yeah, you might be kind of reevaluating it with this Knight of Pentacles. There is that defensive, like, you are able to push back energy, but you have this start. It's like what you're doing can't be stopped. And the universe being like, hey, Aquarius, I see you. I see how you do. Let's go. And you're like, wait. But you're like, no. It's like, get in, losers. We're manifesting. So now we're going on to the Oracle. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have Lion. That's that defensive-y. That's kind of in my 9 of Wands-y energy. We have the Cupid. And then we have the Heart. And then for relationships, we have the Pigs, the Star, and the Stork. Someone got the same run. I forget who it was, but we have the Metal, the Lilies, and the Bear. Okay? We'll clarify this a little further. But like I said, that 9 of Wands energy, this is a surprise card, but you're able to defend yourself. So, you know, you will roar back. Cupid seems nice, but he is still stabbing you in the heart, and it's bleeding. This is the heart. This is what you want. So there's what other people want out of you, and then there's what you want. And then you're pushing back. We'll clarify it a touch more. This is literally the same run, but I'm still getting it the same way. Any kind of complacency, reevaluating what you want and moving on, because the stork goes to where there's food. They migrate. They say, like, no, that's the change. You're actually changing here. The pig can also be other people with that kind of complacency thing where they're like, why do you have to change? We're good. And you're like, I'm not. I need to go. I need to, like, be more, do more, etc. And you're not going to hold me back. So also the pig can be kind of like, you know, it's good enough. So good enough is not good enough anymore. You have the Metal, the Lilies, and the Bear. This is recognition. This is gaining, you know, accolades. This is kind of like my divine timing card, and this is the Bear, which is finances, etc. So it's like it's going to happen whether you want to or not. You might be like, well, I don't need all the attention. And it's like, shh. The Bear is trying to give you money. So I would not argue with the Bear. Don't argue with the Bear. I do want to clarify the Bear. Exactly. Yeah, there's some kind of agreements or social situations you're going into that is kind of being brought out. And that's a good thing. These are like social situations, parties, etc. This might be meetings you're having and where you come to agreements, or this is how opportunities start presenting themselves. It's like the more social you are, the more stuff starts popping. So I want to find out what is this relationship business? What can we say? Yeah, like I said, you're pulling back. You're just watching. You're like, let's see what happens. Let's see what shakes out. You know, let's see who's yay or nay for Aquarius here. So once you do kind of find that out, you do want to get on track. This is kind of the discipline card. Also, somebody could be good in bed, and you're trying to, like, get off that train. But it puts you at a crossroads. So give me, what is Aquarius's decision after they kind of get the discipline and all the enchilada working? You have the sun and the tree. It's only healthy once you get beyond that, because the sun is that emergence, the knowing, etc. And then remember, back here you had that. So the tree is longevity, growth, etc. It's all the good stuff. So what, in general, can Aquarius... I'm going to point this out. Yeah, so it's ring, broken mirror, wine, and key, but it was kind of like a little floofy, so I need more like definitive. Yeah, there's an end. The coffin. It doesn't mean death. It's just literally, and remember you got death as the transformation. So yeah, there's a before, there's an after. Whatever decision made pushes into the next, and a new cycle begins. It's also grabbing the brass ring. You know, if you're on a carousel, you grab the brass ring, you get a winner. So I get more of the cycle factor though. The cycle of what? You being stable, etc. So it's just a woman because there's only a guy and a girl in this deck. So it's just a person. And I'm taking this as you having your stability and having everything that you need. So it looks good. I just feel like there's some boundaries that got to be set, and you have to up your game and up what you think you deserve. You know, like feel yourself, Aquarius. Feel it. So let's do Oracle here and see what we got down the crystal deck. What can Aquarius embody to get them going in April? It's a little cosmic pep talk we can do for Aquarius. 1, 2, 3. We have rhodochrosite. Before I even talk about this, this is the self-love one. This is the one that promotes, it's like the rose quartz for your soul. We have calming, mindful, revealing. All right, it is time to open your heart to love and take the first step on your journey. Everything you do with an open heart, regardless of the outcome, helps you evolve. Yeah, so Aquarius, you know, feel yourself, set your boundaries, know who's for or against, and when the opportunities come, embrace it, okay? Because the good is coming. All right, Aquarius, I'll talk to you in a little bit.